officials here tonight. Students are back. It should be rocking. Badgers have been very impressive here at home, especially. Happ and Wilson, and the ball will carry them. Badgers save it in bounds. Zach Showalter, Wisconsin's got it first.
Yeah, and look for Wisconsin to pound the ball inside. I mean, it doesn't matter. It can be Koenig, it can be Happ. It doesn't. They're going to pound it inside because Michigan's strength is not post defense.
Happ against Wilson. Makes his move, gets closer, gets rejected by Wilson.
Yeah, and that's huge. DJ Wilson has been tremendous all year long, but he has not been tremendous on the defensive end.
Well, Wagner, I mean, he had a chance for a layup pass, maybe a little low. It goes as a turnover.
Yeah, but you know what? Wagner's got to bend down and go get the ball. It wasn't a terrible look by Rockman, but Wagner, you just got to make those kind of plays on the road. You cannot give up possessions to Wisconsin.
Yeah, that should have been a layup. Here is Nigel Hayes, preseason Big Ten Player of the Year. Down low to Happ, who might be one of the favorites now that the season's actually underway. He's played at a very high level. Vito Brown dribbles into it too, missed it, and Walton comes away with it for the Wolverines.
You know what? Zach Irvin jumped at the shot fake, which is a good move with Vito Brown. Run him off the 3-line.
Irvin to the basket, good.
That's what Michigan has to do. I've been saying it all year long. Keep the ball moving. Michigan in half court gets stuck, man. But when they keep it moving, good things happen.
Good pass to Hayes, and he goes right over top Wilson.
Pretty quick left shoulder. Wilson had nothing, didn't even get a hand up. I was going to say Isaac Hayes. Nigel Hayes, too quick.
Another famous Hayes.
Yeah.
Irvin, way short. Well, one thing about Michigan, their offense, even with some of those issues you're describing, the offense generally has been good enough. It's on this end where the Wolverines have really struggled.
Absolutely. They don't turn it over. They lead the country in fewest turnovers. They're going to get a decent shot most times.
Koenig, he has been so good from the outside.
And you know what? I'll take him shooting from the top of the key against anybody in the country.
Anybody. Irvin to the basket again.
Boy, really nice. That's bad defense by Wisconsin. Greg Gardner's going to get somebody out of there because you know that that's what Zach Irvin's going to do off the wide pin down.
Skip pass, not a great one. Brown shoots and scores.
And downtown Vito Brown. Tell you what, he has had a fantastic career. He scored 6 points his entire freshman year. Entire year. And now he's a big-time force.
He didn't shoot a 3 for his first 2 years. Now he's an excellent outside shooter.
And that's what he does. And you can put him on the same side as a post-up guy and force help off him because he's that dangerous.
Koenig sets a screen for Hayes and then finds an opening. Not this time. Rebound controlled by Michigan. Eric Walton pull-up 3. Too strong.
That's still a good shot. Walton hit those late. To beat Nebraska. Walton hit those against SMU, probably the best win that Michigan has had. He's got to shoot it, he's got to make.
Happ was a good passer from the low block, but this time just going to take it himself. Had a great look.
Happ is a point center.
He's not going to miss many of those. That one fumbled out of bounds.
Again, 2 possessions. You know, in tennis they call it unforced errors. Same thing in basketball. You're talking about a team that doesn't turn it over. Just turned it over twice in the first 3.5 minutes without anybody around the defense or the offense.
Happ is the player, goes to the bench first along with Brown.
Well, Happ didn't help on the down screen. And I was watching Greg Gard, man. He went immediately. Got him out.
Alex Ilikainen and Khalil Iverson off the bench for the Badgers. Koenig didn't use that screen. Finds Ilikainen, who can shoot from the outside.
That's what he's in there for. He's a pick and pop guy offensively, not much else.
Had some positive moments in the last couple of games. Really wasn't playing very well. Wasn't playing a whole lot either. Not a dribbling from Irvin. They left him open though, and he scores.
Yeah, you said it, a lot of dribbling. Zach Irvin likes the top of the key. What happened there? 2 ball screens back and forth. All of a sudden, Mo Wagner slipped, no communication. Two guys went with him. Irvin with the shot.
Ilakanen passed up the three. Showalter down low. Gets double teamed. That was interesting. Hayes against Wilson again. Spins the other way. Missed the shot. Loose ball. Who's going to get it? Jump ball. So the Wolverines will have it. First time out of the game. We are going to keep it here with the Badgers.
Whenever you see a loose ball and Zach Showalter's involved, you said who's going to get it? I'm betting on Zach Showalter. He's usually first in this game, but the rest of the season.
And that's kind of been the theme. The Wolverines have done a lot of good things. DJ Wilson has emerged, maybe the surprise player in this conference. Mo Wagner's taken a huge step forward. I mean, they have good pieces. The defensive end has really hurt Michigan. John Beilein was pretty honest with us today, saying, you know, at this point, until we can get that part of our game shored up, we got to outscore people.
There's no doubt about it. And that Michigan outscoring people, that's really outshooting them, because Michigan doesn't go inside a whole lot. They'll drive it, but you're not going to see very many post-ups at all out of Michigan.
Back Irvin shoots a long two. Ilakanen chases down the loose ball.
And that's what you see. I mean, there's pretty good action, a lot of cutting, pretty good screening. Next thing you know, jump shot, miss, no offensive rebound.
Quick rest for Ethan Happ. He's back in. Badgers have missed their last 4 shots from the field. And a couple of those from point-blank range. Koenig drives, got cut off. Shot clock down to 5. Happ's got to get one off, fumbled it, got to shoot. He did not get it off. That'll be a shot clock violation.
Hey, I'm telling you, that was as good a defensive possession by DJ Wilson as you will ever see. DJ Wilson helped on a drive, got back to his own man, kept the best post-move player maybe in the country, certainly in the Big Ten, and Ethan Happ in front of him, and then ended up blocking the shot. You cannot play defense better than what DJ Wilson just did there.
Well, we saw Greg Gard, head coach of the Badgers, highest ranked team in the Big Ten at number 17. It's been a topsy-turvy year for this conference so far. Mark Donnell off the bench, missed the 2.
Mark Donnell can make that shot. He's a pick-and-pop guy as well.
Nigel Hayes back in. Almost traveled. Iverson finds Hayes, who hasn't been shooting a lot from the outside.
No, he started the season shooting about 5 a game. Last 7, his numbers are up as his threes have gone down.
More good defense from the Wolverines. Happ, Duncan Robinson cut him off. Hayes 3, no good. But Wisconsin gets the offensive board.
Yeah, inexcusable. Duncan Robinson, 6'7", right there. Didn't get the block out. Iverson was able to tip it over his back. You have to be physical at every position against Wisconsin.
Happ, he's just itching to get it going, and he does score his first bucket of the night.
Hey, that's like the big kid in 8th grade gets the ball and just backs you. Look at this, backs you down. Like DJ Wilson's not doing anything. DJ Wilson has to be involved. He has to make a decision. I've got to come over and help my teammate, or he's got to stay with his own.
Showalter in, Koenig out. It was a 4-minute drought from the field for the Badgers. So far, Michigan's defense has actually been pretty good.
Michigan's defense has been tremendous. But you said it. I mean, look, you got to block out. You got to finish the possessions against a team like Wisconsin. And the only way to do that is you have to be more physical than that.
Happ does almost everything well. Not a great free throw shooter, though.
50%.
He missed the chance for the 3-point play. Walton against Happ. Jumper, good.
If I'm a Michigan fan, that's a great sign. When Derek Walton makes shots, Michigan's pretty good. When Derek Walton is passive offensively, not so good.
Going right back to Happ against Donnell with the spin move. He got fouled on the floor, no shot.
Hey, it's one-on-one. You're just not going to be able to do it.
There's John Beilein, 10th year at Michigan, and that defense and the struggles they've had on that end of the floor are causing him some sleepless nights.
Oh, he's got angst. He's got real angst defensively, particularly post-defensively. You know, and John doesn't ever do this, but it may behoove them to post double when they get the right matchup. Like, it's tough with Vito Brown in there. It's tough with Trice in there, but you may look at doubling off of Showalter or Iverson or one of the other guys are not really a shooter.
Brown to the basket.
That doesn't happen much.
Now Donnell, who had to go to the bench with 2 fouls. Wagner back in. Good look. Robinson layup. That'll be a goaltend.
Boy, that's twice. That's twice. And I'll bet you in the last 3 games, they haven't gotten that cut, the tight cut for a layup off the wide down screen twice in the last 3 games. Ethan Happ didn't help, but pretty good action by Michigan.
Well, both coaches using their benches fairly freely here in the early minutes. We expect an up and down game, not necessarily tempo wise, but these teams don't commit a lot of fouls. They don't turn the ball over a lot.
And to Michigan's, to your point that Coach Beilein told you, outscoring them, they've got to do a good job of running the floor. They've got to run.
Wagner defended Happ well. He had to give it up. He'll get it right back from Hayes. Happ, hook shot, good.
You know, again, left shoulder, right shoulder. The scouting report on him is just don't let him back you down. Irvin gave a little fake help there, but you have to do a better job from the perimeter.
Foul away for the ball against the Badgers sends us to a timeout. Wisconsin with a 14-10 lead.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by CenturyLink, connecting more than just play.
Wisconsin usually does a great job of this. They haven't done a good job so far, and we'll show you right now. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you, Andy. All right, let's see if I can help. There's Nigel Hayes there. Well, let's watch him. Not doing what Dan described was the proper way to do it. And then how about another example with the freshman Trice right there. So usually the Badgers so sound. A couple examples of getting burned by not playing those screen defenses properly.
They're usually the best, and what they've done is you showed it. They're running into screens and not keeping their feet moving. You have to keep your feet moving over and under a screen.
How about our pal Andy North helping us out?
Give me a little shot.
Wagner throws it away. We have determined, oh man, there's a dispute here. The officials are saying Michigan ball. I don't know about that.
The bench saw it for Michigan. They were up quickly.
Well, it did deflect off Vito Brown, so I think they got the call right. Shot clock winding down. They never reset it, so Irvin's got to go. Air ball.
Man, there's too much fade on that. He has a normal drift backwards, but that time he fell away. And when you fall, you got to shoot a little harder. He did.
Happ faked the handoff, instead works his way in against Wagner.
I'm telling you, it's like the big kid. Every town has the big kid. You give him the ball, he puts his head down, he dribbles it, and he scores.
For him, he's in a little bit of a shooting funk. He did not cheat. He's also got a bloody nose, I think. Trying to get that solved. You had the bloody ear earlier this afternoon.
I did. We got that fixed. You know, 2 different drives on that possession. One wasn't called a foul, and one was, and I'll tell you why. The second one was called a foul against Abdul Rahman because 2 hands were put on him. The first one, they're banging, and you know what? You do it with your body, you're fine. Your hands, not so much.
Xavier Simpson, who's not been shooting well, the freshman, misses the 3. Koenig against that freshman. Brown 3. Knew he missed it. Yeah, he knew it.
The ball traveled like a globe. He knew it and he ran after it.
Rare bad pass from Happ. Simpson. Now Robinson, he hits the 3.
Hey, that was really good. That was really good by Simpson. Stayed under control. Really good by Abdul Rahman. He made the extra pass. I'm telling you, when Michigan runs and runs hard, which they don't do nearly enough, they're a dangerous team offensively.
That's a turnover. And let's welcome in Molly McGrath. Molly?
Well, Dave, Nigel Hayes stressed that he's not happy with his production so far this season, saying, I'm not playing enough. I know I can be better. I should be putting up Caleb Swanigan-type numbers. Now, Hayes admits that he compares himself to the Purdue forward and knows that he has the talent to compete with the best in the league. Said he won't be satisfied with anything less than a double-double tonight, which is what Swanigan recorded earlier this evening.
Well, Swanigan is putting up crazy good numbers.
He really is.
Here would be a question. Who would you rather have on your team?
Well, it's interesting that Nigel himself is the one who's telling Molly they're very different players.
Right. But they're both very good, very effective. You know, when you look at Hayes' numbers, you say, man, certainly in comparison, but his value to the team and the program is every bit what Swanigan's is.
Trice stepped out of bounds. That's a Wisconsin turnover. Well, Thursday on ESPN, we got a Big Ten ACC doubleheader for you at 7 Eastern. Number 25 Maryland now ranked, and they should be in Iowa City against the Hawkeyes. And then when that's over, you'll be in Louisville for the Cardinals and Clemson at 9 Eastern. Both games on ESPN and streaming live.
Well, if you haven't seen Maryland, they might be the quietest 16-2 team in the country. I mean, they have some freshmen, Kyle and Herder, really good. And, of course, Melo Trimble is as good a guard as there is anywhere.
And you and I asked the question, Wilson, a long three. He's been hitting those shots from the outside, not that time. We asked the question, is Wisconsin the favorite now? Only 4 games into their conference play, but they've played at a really high level. Purdue, Maryland seem like the other teams who are real strong contenders. There's Hap.
What do you do? Like, DJ Wilson is big, like really big, and he was playing and had a front, and yet the pass was perfect. There's nothing you can do.
Hap's got 6 points. He should have 12. I mean, he's missed some from close range. Wilson muscling his way in, and then Hap came with the help defense.
Is he any good or what? Good matchup for Michigan. Went right at Vito Brown, but
how about Hayes all the way with a foul?
All right, let's take you through this a little bit. Pretty good move down on one end. Ethan Happ is right here. All right? Now, Ethan Happ is posting. He's spinning. You see Wilson is right there. But with the ball on top, there is nowhere to help. Now, Vito Brown, for some reason, DJ Wilson gives him the middle. You can't give a good player the middle. He's going to get a bucket, you're going to foul, or both. DJ Wilson giving Nigel Hayes the middle is no good.
Hap out for the moment. Chance for a three-point play. That high arcing free throw style. He gets it done.
He got it in.
Quickly to this end, the Wolverines. Hanging tough in this first half. We don't see John Teske out on the floor for many minutes. He's in there now.
Well, the reason Michigan wanted to play Teske was because, well, he's not nearly as big as Isaac Haas. Height really hurt Hap in that game. Now, Hap's not in the game.
Irvin with the shot clock going off. They're going to want to look at that when they call it a three. They're going to check and make sure at the next opportunity.
That shocked me it went in, Dave. We had a perfect angle on it. It looked dead right. All of a sudden, he knocked it in. Zach Irvin doesn't care. He just shot an air ball.
It was like the Packers field goal in Dallas,
yes,
which made so many people around here happy. Dimitri Trice, who's made an impact as a freshman. Ilikainen wide open and way off. Man.
That's what I've got to talk. That's where you have to double from those kind of guys.
Yeah. That was ugly. 3-point lead for the Badgers.
Ball screen. This game, they've moved really well. Haven't been able to get great looks, but if they continue with the movement, eventually they will. And as I say that, 4 guys are standing. Nobody's moving now. The high balls. This is when Michigan gets stuck.
Skip pass, and the three is good from Abdur Rahman.
Hey, maybe less movement is better. You make Wisconsin. I'm being serious about that. You make Wisconsin help a little bit because they will overhelp. Skip pass works.
Molly, you got something from the Wisconsin side?
Yeah, you said that Dan saying Michigan moving the ball well. Greg Gard telling his Wisconsin team he wants to see more movement from them. They're staying stagnant. He wants them to take their time around the basket, Dave.
I think there have been some examples of Hap, not finishing close to the rim the way he ordinarily does. Shot clock winding down. Hayes missed the three. Rebound to Hayes.
Did you see what happened there? It was the first time the shot clock really got involved.
Hap
That's the danger of telling a team. I promise you, telling a team to be patient and slow down. Kids take that too far. You just saw shot clock. All of a sudden, you got to shoot a jump shot from a guy that's not really a jump shooter.
They got bailed out by the offensive rebound, and then the good pass from Nigel Hayes. Abdur-Rahkman attacks by Koenig, tried to go behind the back. That was not a good idea. Hayes out in the open. No way Walton can stop him. He did prevent the made layup, though.
Well, that's just a bad sequence for Abdur-Rahkman. He made a pretty good move. Teske was coming down the lane. You want to get the ball to him, but you cannot make it difficult for your post guy. The simpler, the better. John Beilein preaches that all the time.
He is not happy about that sequence. Walton committed the foul. Hayes to shoot 2. Gets the first. NBA Wednesday doubleheader, so that means tomorrow the Bucks, they become a big deal here in this state. Very fun young team against James Harden and the Rockets. And then the Thunder and Russell Westbrook against his old pal, maybe not pals anymore, Kevin Durant. Now on at 10:30, it all starts at 7 with NBA Countdown charged by Mountain Dew.
If you have not seen the Greek Freak, see the Greek Freak for the Bucks.
A true freak.
He is.
Really is, in the best sense of the word.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. I'm not even going to think about saying his name. But the Greek Freak can go.
7 feet plus, playing point guard a lot of minutes. Walton.
See, that was really good by Showalter. Showalter did not allow himself to get screened. He did exactly what Andy North and I showed you. He moved his feet, got over the screen, affected the shot.
Iverson. Hap fighting for position down low against Wagner. I think they'd like to get the ball to Hap with that matchup. And they do. And Hap attacks the basket, but lost it out of bounds.
Hey, remember we showed you this earlier, Andy and I. Now watch. Zach Showalter, the son of a coach, you know he's going to be well schooled. Screen comes, see, he keeps his feet moving. And because he kept his feet moving, he was able to get a hand up and affect the shot. And there's my guy, my childhood idol. We had the same knee disease, osteochondritis dissecans. He was my guy when I was growing up. Because I had the disease, he had the disease, he won the U.S. Open, told me I could do anything. If he could, I could.
That's pretty cool.
I know.
I thought he did a great job being your sort of stunt dummy out there on the court.
Well, you know, he wanted to get paid a day rate by ESPN for the on-camera.
I think it counts as an appearance. We'll check his contract.
Whatever he wants.
I don't think you have to have a speaking part to count as a usage. A huge Badger fan, Andy North.
It's the Andy North locker room, Andy and his wife Susan.
Here's Hayes, 3, no good.
I like what Michigan's doing with Hayes. That should never happen.
Hap just beat Wilson for the ball.
Hap beat Wilson and Irvin is darn near as tall as Hap.
Speaking of Irvin, got a little out of control but was fouled on the floor.
You don't have to play perfect against Wisconsin. But when Hap has the ball or he misses a shot, you've got to come up with the rebound. Because it's not that Wisconsin's always going to score with second chance, but they put you in such bad position that you're going to foul even if you're a team that doesn't foul much.
Could be it for Showalter in the first half. 2 fouls with 4:36 to go. Jordan Hill comes in to take his place. Wagner's been very quiet offensively, coming off a career-high performance against Nebraska. Hap went for the steal. Irvin, that crossover got him a little space, but he missed it.
Well, that's a shot on a ball screen that you're going to get against Wisconsin. Last time Michigan beat Wisconsin here, Stauskas made a living on that shot right there because Wisconsin doesn't come out and hedge a ball screen. They play center field from their post guy.
Hap went with the left hand. Michigan at least has made him work hard.
I would make him go back to that shoulder. I would not let him get deep. And you got to coach this game, regardless of the scouting report. He's very comfortable going to his left shoulder. Darn near airballed and going right shoulder. Not that he can't, but I would make him do that.
Koenig, what a bounce pass. Brown, reverse.
Wow. Hey, that's just seeing a play ahead by Bronson Koenig. He came in there knowing what his next play was going to be. Delivered.
Vito Brown playing well. He's got 7. Wisconsin leads by 5. Wagner missed the layup, was wide open. Now gets fouled.
First time anybody's been open. I think he was surprised. Hey, look, this is tremendous. You got to see one play ahead. Right now he has the basketball. He knows right now where it's going. I didn't hear what they were. I heard them throw it to me, but I didn't hear what they said, what Jay got for Seth. I didn't hear what it was, so my answer is yes.
So it's January 17th. We're still in the holiday gift realm. Like it's still, like those two haven't seen each other since the holidays.
There's a lot of love. There's a lot of love on that set right now.
Took Jay Will a while to go shopping, I guess. Wagner looking for a point, and he gets one. Hey, he's still young. You think about how far he has come. Last year, these teams met one time. He did not play a minute. Never got off the bench. He's become one of their top scorers.
It happened towards the end of the season, Dave. He became a real factor 3/4 of the way through the year into the tournaments, the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament. In fact, Mark Donnell, he had 26 at Illinois to start the Big Ten season. Next thing you know, Wagner was out playing him.
Well, Wisconsin using a lot of bench players. Ilikainen fumbled the pass. Hayes dribbles into the 2. Rebound Wagner.
See, but that was different. Wagner left Ilikainen, went and doubled the post. They came back out because Ilikainen hasn't made anything. In fact, second shot didn't even hit the rim.
Walton, they left him open, but he missed the 3.
Ever since the 8-minute timeout, Michigan has absolutely slowed down. They have not ran their offense near to what they did for the first 12 minutes.
And guess what? They don't have a field goal in the last 5 minutes.
Telling you, movement sometimes has a lasting effect.
Hill challenged by the big man, by both of them actually, missed the layup.
What I mean by that is that if you move, they guard you, but if you keep doing it, eventually the defense breaks down over the course of the game, particularly the last 10 minutes. Michigan has to get back to that in this game.
Wagner finds Wilson for 3. No.
That's bad luck because that was a really nice move by Wagner, who found Wilson for the shot he likes the most.
Vito Brown. A little up and under, scores again.
That's just looking at Duncan Robinson and saying, you've got no chance to guard me. That's all that was. Vito Brown, 3 baskets in the first half inside the 3-point line.
Already past his season average scoring. He's got 9. Wilson going to try to return the favor. Robinson, I thought he should have shot that. He shot a much tougher shot.
Yeah, he was so uncomfortable that entire possession. I was watching him, he was kind of drifting on the baseline. Then when he got the ball, for one of the few times I guarantee in his life, he wasn't ready to load it.
Yeah, he's such a good shooter. That was a dangerous pass.
Timeout, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin calls a timeout. So Greg Gard wants to talk it over. We'll take a very quick break and be back in 30 seconds.
Donovan Mitchell just, man, you talk about improved.
They really hammered Duke this weekend. Out of the timeout, not much going on for the Badgers. Shot clock at 6. Brown. Koenig has to shoot that tough one, no good. And the shot clock is off, so Michigan can hold for the final look.
I would imagine late clock here, you're going to see something with Mo Wagner top of the key, setting the pick and pop potentially, or something where Derek Walton or Zach Irvin get to the free throw line, pull a jump shot. They're going to foul.
Trice does commit the foul. So they had a couple to give. That's just the 5th team foul. They could do it again if they wanted. So you can see the team fouls on both sides. Nobody's in the bonus. Michigan has committed 4 fouls. Wisconsin 5. Now here's Walton. Wagner goes by Happ. He got fouled with 2.7 seconds, and again, they had that one to give.
They didn't want to give it.
I don't think from Happ especially.
No,
That's
they absolutely did not want to give that, but as soon as Happ reached in with his left hand, it was an easy call, obvious.
But now 2.7, and John Beilein's going to call a timeout to try to draw up a play.
John Beilein's about as good as it gets at drawing up out of bounds, half court, whatever you want.
Yeah, it's been an uneven half for some of the Wisconsin stars, but Vito Brown, who you wouldn't say is one of their big stars, has played really well.
Vito Brown, I watched this kid grow up. He was in Bowling Green teammates with my son, and I cannot even begin to tell you how hard he has worked to get to this position. Remember, he scored 6 total points as a freshman. Think about his college career. He got to sing the national anthem championship night, play in 2 Final Fours, Big Ten titles, and really an under-the-radar recruit who came with no fanfare. Nigel Hayes, same class, same area of the world. Bowling Green, Ohio is by Toledo. And that kid, his dad, Angelo, they worked and worked and worked. I saw it for myself, and it's all paid off. That and a guy named Jack Taylor. Jack Taylor, one of the great youth coaches I've ever seen.
All right, here we go out of the timeout. 2.7 seconds, plenty of time to get a look. They got to get it in, though, and they couldn't do it.
So good.
Hayes just stole it away.
So good. Really good out of bounds play. Like if you're a coach, run that out of bounds play. But the problem is Wisconsin did not miss the switch.
Well, in Michigan, they've been hanging their hats on offense. That's a season low for points and a half. Just 21. They did not score from the field.
Bad from 2 feet. Then you've got a pretty good offense going. But he's right. Ethan Happ has lost the ball. He's missed a few shots, but it's a good problem to have. Hey, we're not very good from 2 feet.
Well, and even you saw those numbers there. Even with those misses, they're still dominating inside, getting most of their points closer to the basket.
Well, again, Molly did a great job, I thought, getting information out of Coach Beilein. And the 3 turnovers that we talked about early in the game are just, you just can't give away possessions when they're not forced.
John wanted to talk. I mean, it could be that Carl, Seth, and Jay would have been out of a job if we'd let Coach Beilein just keep going. Happ missed another one. Amazing. Got blocked by Wilson. Stripped it away. Vito Brown, who's kind of the star of the half for Wisconsin. Badgers will reset. There's Nigel Hayes. Fouled.
Well, inexcusable.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Happ missing that is inexcusable. Then DJ Wilson getting the rebound and getting it stripped away because what again, Coach Beilein told Molly about offensive rebounding is what Coach Beilein told his team at halftime and emphasized it. They had the ball, just didn't keep it.
Got to finish the defensive play by getting the rebound. Those offensive rebounds have been really important for Wisconsin. Happ, good pass.
Now, Vito Brown made a cut. He ran into Showalter. In fact, Showalter a little bit gimpy, and it caused confusion on Michigan's defense.
And Zach Irvin, did he lose a contact? Maybe?
Yep. Terry Weimer just told his teammates. We're going to see Vito Brown makes the pass, and he cuts. All right, right there. They kind of, I guess he didn't collide with Vito. He set a pretty good screen inadvertently right there on Irvin, and Vito Brown wide open again. The post defense on Happ, the hands are down. You can't have your hands down on Ethan Happ. Dave, you follow him. Like Draymond Green's like a point forward in the post passer. Well, that's exactly what happened. Nigel Hayes are. So defensively, your hands must be above your elbows at all times to get a deflection. Wagner had his hands down, make for an easy pass.
Wisconsin tore apart that Syracuse zone earlier this year, and it was the big guys who were the passers.
And not Vito Brown, but Nigel Hayes stood right in the middle of that thing and made decision after decision after decision.
Wagner commits an offensive foul. I think he had a hold of the jersey.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's exactly what Happ just told him, because Wagner was laughing and Wagner was complaining, and Happ said, look, you got my jersey.
Yeah. He's yelling at the officials as the play's going on. That goes down as a turnover. 7-point lead. Wagner goes for the steal. Not a backcourt violation. It was tipped back there. But here's Wisconsin, 10 on the shot clock. Really haven't gotten in any offense yet. Brown 3.
This is what Michigan needs to do. Now, the ball needs to keep moving. It cannot come to a stop.
Irvin right by Ethan Happ.
That's what they had to do, because Mo Wagner is not going to run to the block. He ran to set a high ball screen, and so the ball really never stopped. It wasn't the fastest. It didn't get reversed, but it didn't stop.
It's been about 8 minutes since, or almost 9 minutes since Michigan had made a shot from the field going back to the first half. And yet somehow they're still in this game. Happ just never gave up that pivot foot. Another miss from close range. This time the foul's going against Wisconsin.
Yeah, really good defense. Really good. And not bad offense, because Greg Gard's trying to get Happ going. So instead of just placing him on the block, they put him out on the perimeter a little bit and allowed him to make his move. But this is really good. You see his feet moving, hands digging in, hands are active, they're up already. That was really good defense by Wagner.
Happ is 4 of 12, and almost all of his shots have been right around the rim. I think you got to give Michigan some credit.
No question.
It's his third foul. He goes to the bench.
No, they fronted him. They played him high side, which is on the inside shoulder, kind of in a denial position. They played behind him early and got burned by it, so good adjustments by everybody.
3, Walton. Good.
Huge. Huge. When Derek Walton makes shots, Michigan can beat people. When Derek Walton doesn't, Michigan cannot.
Back to a 2-point game. Brown thought about the 3. Showalter fumbled it. But this is I think this is the best defense Michigan's played all year.
I agree.
Until now. But Brown missed the layup. My goodness.
Wagner and DJ Wilson missed a switch.
Walton all the way. Koenig couldn't grab it. Ball's loose. Abdur Rahman's got it, and there's your guy Showalter.
I'm telling you, when you go into a pile, kids, go head first. Seriously, you got to dive with your head. I know it sounds dangerous, but that's what you need to do, and that's what Showalter does. It gets you there quicker.
Now everybody trying to pick up the pieces. Hopefully everybody's all right.
I thought maybe somebody's going to get a timeout right there, and here comes Showalter right there with his dive. This is the best defense by far I've seen Michigan play. You know, early in the season, they got a reputation as being a decent defensive team, but it was fake. It really was. Watching tape on it, it was just fake. Teams were missing shots. This is the best they've played by far.
The possession arrow favor the Wolverines, so they have it a chance to tie or go ahead. Walton, good look. Wagner had it knocked away, but they blow the whistle.
Yeah, Derek Walton is hostile with Wagner. He threw it up there for him to lay it in. Michigan needs what you're seeing right here. Michigan needs Walton. Michigan needs Irvin to be active, to be loud. It's a quiet team. You can't win quiet. You must be enthusiastic. You must be energetic.
Wagner just 2 points. You can see him, Dan, trying to get himself going, trying to get himself a little more fired up. Walton's trying to help that process along.
And there's nothing wrong with the senior point guard barking at a sophomore, junior, whatever. As long as the senior's doing the right thing, feel free to do whatever you want to whomever you want.
Let's check in with Molly.
Yeah, guys, well, last week, Derek Walton Jr. called a players-only meeting before the Nebraska game. He told his teammates they need to have more confidence in themselves and their abilities. He admitted this team does not have a definite identity, saying that each game calls for a different identity, and tonight it's be tough, be physical.
And they did play well against Nebraska. I mean, that was a game that it felt like was a must-have for the Wolverines. Nebraska's played well.
Nebraska's played really well, and that didn't feel like a must-have. It was a must-have. You have to win that game. They did. Now, this game here changes your season around if you're Michigan.
Big time. And they get a chance to do it. That pass goes into the backcourt, which is legal on the
Good
inbound.
call.
But Iverson traveled. He did.
No question about it. Iverson caught it and took 3 or 4 quick little boom, boom, boom steps. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can't do that.
No.
Cannot do that.
That's a trap.
I'll tell you what. Wisconsin, for all the good basketball we've seen from them, and there's been a lot of it, a lot of mistakes tonight. Missed shots from close range, some sloppiness.
This won't end well.
For who? Wisconsin.
Yeah, that was not going to end well if they didn't come over and help out, because Illikainen, as you said, Wagner's really trying here.
That gave you a little glimpse into his skill set, too. He's got some ball handling to go along with the shooting.
Yeah, because Illikainen was trying. And it wasn't like he wasn't trying. Illikainen was giving it everything he had, but you could just tell that Wagner, if he wasn't going to get help, was going to be able to get a bucket. See everybody looking? Nobody's coming. Nigel Hayes, nobody's even faking. You got to help? Got to help.
The ACC Clemson, talented, experienced team. Can they handle Louisville in Louisville? Dan will be there 9 Eastern. Both games will stream live on the app.
Here's a question for you.
For me?
Yeah, for our list. Who's the second worst team in the Big Ten? Rutgers the worst team. Clearly. They'll win a game or two, but who's second? Like, gotta be Ohio State maybe, but they just beat Michigan State.
You kind of set me up to hear from some people.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
Illinois, I think maybe.
Illinois did not play well tonight. Nope. That's for sure.
Yeah, you think Iowa's struggling, and they go ahead and beat Purdue badly in the second half the other night.
Yeah, I was hot and cold, and at home, they will be a real challenge.
There's no doubt. Bohannon is a terrific freshman. Tyler Cook as well.
They got the senior Peter Jock, and then all of their other important players are young. Iowa's got a bright future. Nigel Hayes.
Don't even get you and me started on Peter Jock not being in the Wooden Watch.
Ridiculous.
Top 25. Are you crazy?
Koenig lost it. And then the ball knocked to Wagner. Michigan had a chance maybe to run.
They got to keep it moving.
There's Walton now. He's got Hayes matched up with him. But gives it up.
Showalter could guard Wagner. I'm not saying they want to diet of it, but
over the top, Wagner, nice catch, one dribble, scores.
Boy, was that nice, because Iverson got beat, came back, and Wagner just took his time. Patience is so important in the post. Remember, you're 6'9", and you've got the ball 2 feet, so take your time.
11-0 run. It's been 4 minutes since Wisconsin scored. That'll be another whistle against the Wolverines. So the fouls are starting to pile up. That's their 6th team foul.
Dave, you could not be more right. Let's watch Wagner make a little screen, and then he's going to dive. And watch, Hayes switches fine. Iverson tripped him out. He just waits. He waits. And then he lays it in. And you know what was so good about that? Nobody even jumped with him. Like, he waits. I guess Iverson did a little bit, but that was a fly on an elephant's backside right there, Iverson, because he took his time.
Walton to the bench with 3 fouls. New shot clock for Wisconsin. Koenig almost had it stolen away, picked up his dribble. Now another whistle. That's going to be against the Wolverines again, which means Wisconsin's already in the bonus in this game. We're talking about the big picture. Now look, Ohio State, okay, yeah, they're in the standings. They're the 2nd worst team in the conference. They just beat Michigan State on Sunday.
You and I are on a quest to make Penn State great again. I talked to Pat Chambers today. He loves his team because he's got older guys that are sitting, not starting, but they don't care. All they want to do is win. And I love the freshmen. You love them. We watched them beat Michigan State, so...
They have wins against Michigan State. They have wins against a good Minnesota team. Now they get Indiana this week at home. Tomorrow night. We want to see something the officials do. Yeah, Penn State's a team to watch.
That guy who just did jazz hands to the right of the official should never wave again.
Yeah, just keep your hands down. Leave the rest to us.
Yeah. Yeah, Simpson's going to hook here. You see him on the left side. You could barely see it. There was nothing there except.
I guess they were checking to make sure they got the right free throw shooter. Should be Koenig, right?
Well, that's tough. 7 fouls on Michigan already.
Yeah. I mean, a team that commits fewer fouls than anybody in the country coming in. Fewest fouls per game of any team in college hoops, Michigan. We got 14:26 to go in the second half, and Wisconsin's already in the bonus.
That's what movement does. You know, teams and kids now are so not used to movement, guarding movement, getting around a screen, a baseline screen, and then fighting through a down screen because the ball is so dominated by the ball handler, meaning dribble, ball screen, let's go.
That free throw ends the 11-0 run. It's Koenig's first point since the first couple minutes of the game, and then he misses the second.
I'll tell you why. Michigan has done a really good job of being in the passing lane on Bronson Koenig. They've made it hard for him to catch the basketball.
Irvin, he was the offense in the first half, lays it in.
Hey, he just muscled past Hayes, who reached, didn't move his feet, and then absolutely obliterated Zach Showalter going to the rim.
He's playing well. Still no Ethan Happ on the bench. Koenig had it knocked away. Ilakainen loses it. And Wagner tried to shovel it to his teammate. There's going to be a jump ball. Mo Wagner's everywhere. But Wisconsin, no, not a jump ball. Badgers had possession, and they get the timeout, so they'll keep it. Well, Wisconsin at home about Mo Wagner and his big step forward. How about DJ Wilson of the Wolverines last year? Averaged 6 minutes a game, and he's been arguably their best player in Big Ten play.
You know, basketball players are made in the summer. Basketball players are not made during the season. Reputations are made during the season. And that kid went to work. That kid went to work with John Sanderson, who is a great strength and conditioning coach. He watched his diet. He stayed the summer. He worked like crazy, changed his body. Thus, he changed his brain. And he is a kid that, I'll tell you what, I'm an NBA team. I've got to be following him just to see where this whole thing goes.
You know, it's funny, too. He has not scored tonight, and yet he's had an impact on this game with his defense. Brown misses the open look. That's going to be a push, though, against the Wolverines, and I think against Wilson.
It is. He was a step behind as Hayes went to the rim, and then I'm not sure he shoved him that hard, but Hayes went flying.
Maybe a little bit of a sell job.
Yeah, I don't know that was exactly, you know, Hayes is big, really big.
DJ, we're pumping you up. No points, 3 fouls. Misses the front end, though, of the 1-and-1. So that's a break for the Wolverines. With this game, if Michigan could somehow win this game, it would change their season. It might change the conference season.
Right.
Irvin, good.
That's the shot. Told you, that's the shot. You come off a ball screen, they're going to give up that shot as opposed to something going to the rim, particularly because Mo Wagner has beaten him to the rim twice off the high ball screen.
You can feel how anxious everybody in this building is. Biggest lead for the Wolverines.
Hayes has got to get on the block.
Hill down low, gave it up. Hayes has spent most of his time outside.
Well, he's got to go right here.
And he does. Yeah. Draws another foul. That's number 4 against Wilson.
Well, he has to do that. Jump shooting Nigel Hayes is helping the opponent, Nigel Hayes. Now, on the block, I saw him last year get 22 free throws against Indiana, and Indiana tried 10 different ways to guard him, double him, 10 different people, as many as they could find. You just can't when he decides to go like that.
Back to the free throw line. Next foul, Wisconsin's going to be shooting 2 the rest of the way. He's shooting 2 here because it was a shooting foul. But, man, the Badger, you can see the looks of so many faces here wondering what's going on.
I've never seen this out of Michigan, though. I've gone to I don't know how many games and done I don't know how many games, but I've never seen 9 team fouls in less than 8 minutes out of John Beilein's team. And I'll go back to West Virginia with Coach Beilein. I don't remember seeing it.
1 of 2 for Hayes. The field goal shooting ugly for the Badgers. Free throw line maybe what's kind of keeping them close in this game. And now John Beilein's got to manage the foul trouble of Wilson.
This has to be right here. I believe you've got to go to Duncan Robinson. It's the best matchup you have, him against Vito Brown.
He was open. Instead, Urban shoots it. He's feeling it.
Yeah, he is. He really is feeling it. Remember, he shot an air ball early, but again, middle of the court, ball screen. The way Wisconsin plays it, by playing center field, not hedging, is going to give you that shot.
Still a long way to go, but again, the biggest lead for the Wolverines, up 8. Urban's got 17. Wisconsin, by the way, we're 8 minutes in almost. They have 4 points in this half total. And Ethan Happ has just not been himself. More good help defense this time for the freshman Simpson. Badgers will keep it with the arrow.
And Simpson made a great choice here because you really don't want to leave Bronson Koenig. But once he was out of control, Happ, he decided to come. Look, you either, Dave, you stay with your man or you go in there and you dig. You can't play it halfway, and Simpson did a great job right there.
He lost Koenig, though, for an instant. Koenig with a brick.
Yeah, but you see how hard Koenig had to work to get the ball. He had to change direction, sprint one way, cut the other.
Abdur Rahman, that was wild. And then Wagner commits a foul.
Boy, that is a terrible, terrible possession. You cannot have that kind of possession with a foul at the end of it. Zach Irvin, Dave, I think my man's feeling it. Get him in the middle of the court, and he is money.
Wisconsin down at home to the Wolverines.
Defending Ethan Happ is not easy, but if you move your feet and you get in front of him and make him shoot over you, you can do it. Look at Wagner there. His hands are active. He made Happ shoot over. The more you do that, give him no angle. Here's really good. Here, hands are involved, move their feet, got help at just the right time. Now look, Ethan Happ has missed some things inside, but Mo Wagner, you saw the enthusiasm there. Mo Wagner's enthusiasm and energy and desire to guard Happ has been tremendous in this game.
So he'll get a quick breather. I imagine he's not going to be on the bench for long. DJ Wilson is on the bench already with 4 fouls. The freshman Trice at the line out of the timeout. Let's check in with Molly McGrath.
Well, Dave, Greg Gard wanted his team to do a better job on Irvin in the ball screen. He wants them to do a better job on ball screens in general, and he told them they're in the bonus. He wants them to keep attacking the basket.
Happ attacking on the glass. Trice, corner 3, good! For the answer, Duncan Robinson in and out. Tip up, Donnell working hard. That's a jump ball. Michigan will keep it. The arrow favors the Wolverines. John Beilein cannot believe it.
He wanted to foul bad. All right, look, Mark Donnell has blockout responsibilities on Ethan Happ. Ethan Happ does a nice job there. He steps back from Donnell and makes a move, runs around. Donnell kind of quit on. Thought Irvin was going to get the ball. That's huge. Remember, just 30 seconds ago, it was going to be a 10-point game.
What a sequence that was. Bad shot on one end out of the timeout. A 4-point play in essence. And the Kohl Centers come to life. Irvin trying to take over. Tough shot, no good.
Well, John Beilein is hostile. He feels like they're getting no calls on their offensive end, while everything down on this end. I saw him talking to the referee about this, that, just that thing.
I mean, Hayes could have been called for a foul there. Instead, he scores. Hayes knocked his defender to the floor. Timeout, Michigan. Can change in a hurry, can it? In this sport,
I'm telling you, one bad possession. One bad possession.
It did it.
Yep, changed the whole game.
It led to it all. All right, let's take a look at our Wendy's Wooden Watch. We're going to temporarily forgive the Wendy's people that they don't have Peter Jock on the midseason top 25. They do have 2 Badgers, Nigel Hayes, Ethan Happ.
Yeah, they have great chili. I love Wendy's chili. But yeah, these 2 guys are absolutely fantastic. Happ averaging darn near a double-double, shooting bad tonight, but overall, obviously very good. And on top of all of that, both of those kids can really pass the ball. They're willing passers. They have good vision. You don't see that a whole lot out of most guys.
It's been a year since Wisconsin's lost a game on this floor. They got the longest home win streak in the Big Ten right now, trailing by 2 about midway through the second half. Abdur-Rahkman double teamed. No. Showalter tipped it to Koenig.
I can't begin to tell you how good a defense that was by half. He extended a little bit, so there was no jump shot, and then he moved his feet and absorbed the contact by Abdur-Rahkman into his stomach. He's a good player, Hap. I mean, he is good in every area except jump shooting.
He's got the ball here, looking to take Donnell. Good closeout by Walton to keep Koenig from shooting the 3. That was good defense for the Wolverines.
That was great defense, and now you got to get a 3 here if you're Robinson.
Instead, dribbles into the lane, take a very tough shot, offensive rebound. Robinson passed up another 3 and gets swarmed and has it stripped away. They're going to call a foul, though, against Wisconsin.
You know why?
I think John Beilein might have gotten himself a call.
He has been working. Kelly Pfeiffer, the official that made that call, constantly on that side. Pretty good defense. You close out on a really good shooter. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know about that one. But, again, that's the reason you see coaches complain and complain and complain, because they know.
Robinson, 3!
Great screen. Mo Wagner, willing screener. And Robinson came off that. Remember in the first half he wasn't ready? He was ready there now.
So instead of a turnover, the foul, they get a chance and hit the 3. We'll remember that sequence. Back to a 5-point lead. Showalter under the basket with the left hand.
Wow, he turned the other way. Here came the help from Irvin, and he went left hand. Nice.
Wagner back in. Wilson still on the bench with the 4 fouls.
Yeah, this is where you got to go. I'm telling you, Robinson for 3 has to be off of movement against Vito Brown here.
Walton, Showalter stayed in front of him. He fouled him.
Crowd is losing its mind, and it should, because Walton pushed off with his left arm. Watch right here. Watch on the crossover right there. That's a foul on Walton.
That was definitely a reach in on Showalter, but Walter may have committed the personal
No question. That's an easy call to make as well.
And they call that a shooting foul, which is no gimme in the college game. I mean, you and I have talked about that a lot, where to get a shooting foul takes a lot.
Guy almost has to fall on you as you are shooting the ball.
Correct.
But that was a missed call, and then it was a good call. I mean,
yeah,
it was definitely a foul on Derek Walton.
He made the first. One of the best free throw shooters in the country makes the second.
Yeah, 90% now. Just under coming in. 26 of 29 on the year.
We got a good finish coming. Still 9 minutes to go. Hayes attacking Irvin. Hill step back shot. I think Michigan will live with that one, but he hits it.
I was just going to say exactly right. You make it, you make it. Let's go. Let's go play. But you can help off Hill. You can help off. I think you can help off Trice a little bit. Make him make a shot, even though he just hit one.
Beilein calling a play from the bench.
Boy, they had Robinson wide open.
That's a blocking foul.
That's the matchup. Derek Walton has to be able to see that the matchup that favors their team is Robinson right now. Robinson's playing as a 4. That means it's either going to be Hap chasing him or possibly Jordan Hill. And Jordan Hill or Hap aren't going to be able to guard him. Hayes is going to guard Irvin because they think Irvin's going and Hayes is the best defender.
Hap steals it away on the inbound. For a big man, he does that more often than maybe any player in the country.
He has active hands. I mean, he has the most active hands.
And he uses them down low with a foul. That was was a great sequence from Ethan Happ.
Yeah, it really was. He stole it on one end, screen and roll. You got to get back to Happ. Somebody has to, and Robinson not able to get over there. Boy, is this good right here. He extends his right arm. Terrible pass, but man, so many kids think defense is just staying in front of your man. All you got to do is extend an arm, and really good things will happen for you.
Oh, with the friendly roll, he ties the game.
That was a Pita shot. Pita complained about the texture of the ball. They changed the texture. You see that all the time.
Wagner and Wilson both now with 4 fouls, both on the bench. Walton goes by Happ, not really. Great defense again. Hayes, hesitation, contact, offensive foul.
Really good play by Donnell. Donnell stood his ground. You don't have to be completely still. You just have to be there first. Mark Donnell with a great play right there. Hey, squares up, moves his feet, shows his hands. Good call.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college.
Out under NFL playoff news, getting you ready for this Sunday and everything else. Sports Center at night, it'll stream live on the ESPN app.
You know, Nicole Briscoe's husband is, right? Race car driver Ryan Briscoe.
Yeah, I did know that. How about a check with Molly McGrath about what John Beilein was talking about during that timeout?
Well, Dave, John Beilein very fired up, telling his players, these are the moments we've prepared for. We need to give it our best. We need to continue to fight and stay aggressive, Dave.
All right, thanks. That knocked out of bounds. Happ is everywhere at the moment. Michigan went on the 17-2 run, took the 8-point lead. Wisconsin has answered with a 13-5 run to get it tied.
Boy, is that good by Happ. He took away all the offense Michigan was going to try to run by just denying the top of the key.
Irvin cut off. Robinson finds Abdur-Rahkman. 3.
Boy, getting into the lane, shrunk the defense. Trice came in after the ball for some reason, and Rahkman just had a great look. Abdur-Rahkman.
Maybe a good example, too, of Duncan Robinson being a little bit more these days than just an outside shooter.
Well, you saw how far Hayes closed into him. He closed right on his body.
Pass stolen by Robinson.
I think you got to keep the ball moving here. I'd go the same direction. I'd take the ball opposite who you want to shoot it, drive it, kick it.
In Michigan, they have been so up and down. This win would change the whole feel of their season.
There's no question.
Robinson catch and shoot. 3!
Oh, man! He cut so hard there that Nigel Hayes at all didn't have time to make a switch. Man, he cut hard.
So pure, too, with the release. Timeout Badgers. They got it tied. Now they're down 6 again.
Man, oh man, 2 really nice possessions. That's why with Michigan, you've got to run offense. You can't just all of a sudden go on a crazy drive.
Yeah, let's take a look at that one again, what you were talking about.
Well, you're going to see right here, Duncan Robinson is a shooter. All right, Bronson Koenig's on him, and he goes fast. The ball gets reversed, and here he goes. He goes so fast that, look, Nigel Hayes was supposed to switch, but Nigel Hayes couldn't get there in time. That didn't do it justice because he went on a sprint. A good cutter sprints. A bad cutter jogs.
Now, look, just to emphasize, I know it's middle January. There's such a long way to go in this season. But Joe Lunardi, as of tonight, had Michigan as one of the first 4 teams out of the field. I mean, this is a team that need some quality wins in order to make sure they get a chance to play in the NCAA tournament. This would absolutely vault them into that. Again, we're really early, but this game would be so meaningful. Hayes Showalter with the follow.
Right. Derek Walton got caught looking at the ball, and Showalter doing what he does. The first rule of thumb with Showalter is you have to block him out because he's so aggressive going to the offensive glass.
Irvin blocked by Showalter.
How about that?
Koenig on the move all the way. Good.
Got to find Robinson here. Robinson has to get a look. They're going to give a look.
Irvin more aggressive that time, and he threw it out of bounds. It wasn't touched, apparently.
I don't know why he didn't just kick it. He had Walton wide open. Watch him move his feet here. Zach Showalter. He keeps his feet moving like Andy North and I showed you. And if you keep your feet moving, good things can happen. And right here, late in the game, you've got three guys. Happ, Hayes, and Koenig that can go make plays.
But John Beilein feeling he's waited long enough, 5.5 to go. He gets both of his big men with 4 fouls back in the game, Wilson and Wagner. And they got to be careful, and you wonder if Wisconsin just going to go right after him.
Well, I would. I'd go after him and let either Happ or Hayes make the play out of the post. Go to the rim, pass it out, whatever you want to do.
Happ sets up in the post. Koenig blows by. Tied again. Timeout, Michigan.
John Beilein hostile with Mo Wagner that it didn't help on that drive.
And that's part of the problem when a guy's in big-time foul trouble. Maybe Wagner was playing about as aggressive as we've ever seen him on that end of the floor. And you wonder, for me, it's been totally different than what I would have thought. Michigan's really struggled on defense. Tonight they played maybe their best defensive game of the year.
Yeah, there's no question about it. It's the most aggressive they've been. And really, other than the last 2 drives by Koenig, it's the best they've kept the ball in front of them. They've been really slow side to side all year, really. But they've done a pretty good job tonight, but not a game left.
Dueling 6-0 runs. First the Wolverines. Wisconsin has answered. We're tied again. Wagner, 3. No good.
Well, that's a shot he likes. He likes a wing 3 left of the top of the key. Got a look, didn't make.
That's a good shot for Michigan. Just didn't go. Koenig 3. Got it.
What a play.
Wagner this time didn't shoot it from that same spot. How about from there? Didn't get it. Good hustle by Irvin, but it's out of bounds off of Michigan.
Hey, Greg Gard drew this up, and this is absolutely beautiful. Usually there's an up screen, and right there, the gate closes. Usually it's an up screen, guy comes to the top. No, that time they closed the gate, and we said it earlier, nobody shoots better from the top of the key than Bronson Koenig.
He's come to life here in these last few minutes. It's been a quiet game for him. Can he hit another one? Yes! Wagner got fouled. Who's a better big shot? Maybe Melo Trimble in the Big Ten, maybe. Than Bronson Koenig, mid-shot maker. Man, number 24 is good.
And you got to know that. Derek Walton gets lost here. He goes in to help, and you just can't do it. Watch Walton right here. He goes in. No reason to. There was already help there, and you're leaving the best clutch 3 shooter in the league open. Bad business. A bad possession, up 8. It's not the plays at the end of the game oftentimes that dictate the result. It's times like that when you're going to go up 8. Drive it, bad shot. Wisconsin took it down, scored.
Wagner misses the front end.
It's making a free throw.
That's huge. Huge.
You know what you can see though, and I love watching Wisconsin do this. You can see the poise of Wisconsin. They don't get rattled. You make a run, they're going to make one right back at you.
A 12-0 run for the Badgers after Michigan had gone on a 6-0 run to break a tie. Koenig, what a crossover move. He has just taken over the game, but he missed the shot.
He put the wrong English on it. He put reverse English on it, spinning to the right, not spinning it to the left.
Wagner not settling for three, just kind of charging his way in. He traveled.
It's just a bad possession and really good defense by Nigel Hayes. Nigel Hayes has played a really good defensive game. Let me show you the English here. He puts on it. He kind of gets his hand under it, and he flips it the wrong way. See, the ball was going to the left of the screen. It's got to be spinning towards the right.
Under 3 minutes to play. Wisconsin with the ball, trying to keep that home court win streak alive. (29-0) when leading or tied with 5 minutes to go under Greg Gard. I mean, they close out games. That's part of that experience you're talking about. Nigel Hayes got the soft roll. And they're going to check.
I hope it doesn't start again.
You and I on Saturday in Champaign, Illinois, we had a parade to the monitor.
Guy is back.
Oh boy.
All right, this is going to hit the rim a couple times, and then
was it a three?
Yeah,
it was.
Let's go.
Okay, that's good enough.
It hits the rim twice, and then again the composite on the ball that changed because of Peta complaining about it made the ball stick on the back flange of the rim.
All right, now I have sympathy for the officials. They want to get these right. These are big calls. It's clear. It's a three. Okay, say it. Let's go.
You know my stance. I hate all replay. But I also yell at clouds and tell people to get off my lawn.
You're cranky. You are. That guy's happy it was ruled a three. Michigan hasn't scored in 4 minutes.
Wisconsin is so impressive. Like, Zach Showalter has made big-time plays. Nigel Hayes hasn't really got it going offensively, but he's moved his feet. He's played terrific defense. He's guarded the hot guy. Like, you haven't heard from Irvin. Now Showalter's guarding him.
Hayes almost steals it away, commits a foul. That will send Wagner to the free throw line.
This is kind of weak I'm having. It's only Tuesday. I tell you, Michigan in the first half is running great offense. They stop. I tell you, Nigel Hayes is playing great defense, and he fouls 28 feet from the basket on the pass going away. I thought he had to steal. I thought he read it pretty good. But he's been excellent. He really has. He's guarded 4 or 5 different guys. He's moved his feet.
Mo Wagner missed the front end of a 1-and-1 just a moment ago. Michigan, they got to get these. Earns the second. That ends a 15-0 run.
The nothing is the most impressive part because Michigan was rolling for a while offensively, particularly Irvin.
Made them both. Abdur Rahman will come into the game. Simpson as well. Some full court press by the Wolverines. Koenig, how about leading Happ with the bounce pass? Good by Showalter. The big man out of the open.
He inbounded. How many centers inbounds the ball? He inbounded, beat everybody down the floor, and then at the end made the right decision and the skilled pass.
Walton, three, got it. Big shot for the Wolverines. They use their final timeout.
Look, Ethan Happ is struggling, but Ethan Happ is still really, really good, even when struggling. Now, there's your center. He's going to take the ball out of bounds. You got to make a good decision, right? He does. And then he sprints right down the middle, beats everybody. The one-handed pass right on time to Showalter. Layup.
I mean, really, truly, there may not be another big man in the country who can do that.
No.
That's why, that's where Ethan Happ, sometimes he gets lost in the shuffle. You got Koenig, you got Hayes. Happ's just the sophomore. You got some more hands behind you.
These guys back here are unbelievable.
They can't help themselves. Happ is a fascinating player because he does so many different things well as a big guy.
You watch him and he doesn't look like he can make a shot. Like he really shoots funky. He's got kind of a jerky, so he doesn't shoot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like you go to the doctor, say, "Doctor, every time I do this, it hurts." Doctor says, "Don't do that." So he doesn't shoot. So he figured out how to play without shooting.
He's had a little funk here shooting-wise. Still 11, 6, 3 assists, 2 blocks, hustle plays, good defense. Doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and how about you're trusted to take the ball out? I mean, think about that. He's been in great position defensively. I mean, they have the best 3 guys in the league. They're clutch guys. They're selfless guys. And you know what? That's why I think Wisconsin may not lose another game in this league.
So all that good stuff we said about him, and they take him out of the game.
I told you, that's the way this day's going.
After what he just did against the pressure.
Well, he can't make free throws.
Yeah, and that's part of it. And
that's why they took him out.
Maybe figuring that Michigan might target him, just put him on the line.
If I'm Michigan, I'm going to let Nigel Hayes shoot some free throws here. I'm not going to let this clock run down too far because this kid with the ball is too good late.
Yeah, now you're kind of committed to just playing it out.
You do it one time.
Koenig down to 3. Koenig finds Brown, in and out. Wolverines still have a chance here. Walton trailing, he's still down on the floor. Irvin almost traveled. Wilson 3, you could tell that was short right away. Wagner pushed off. Foul number 5 against the sophomore, Mo Wagner. He's done.
Yeah, once again, the push-off I don't think was very hard. Like, I'm not sure that he got the rebound because of the push-off. I think it was one of those deals where it looked far worse than what it was.
Well, he played hard. He didn't play great.
No.
He played hard.
The thing about Mo Wagner is the reason he's gotten better is because whatever he does with enthusiasm. He is always energized. He wants to compete. You see Wagner 13. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, but they had a collision under the bucket where 2 guys went flying. No call there. And
yeah, I'm with you. I don't think the push had much to do with the rebound, but he did push him. Brown makes the first.
Watch this under the bucket here. There's some undercutting.
No foul there.
Ouch. That's just tough because I would say to you, I don't think that's a foul. I know it looks like a foul. It's certainly more contact than the foul they called, but advantage, disadvantage, nobody.
Well, Michigan's got to hurry, and they need to make a basket. Wisconsin guarding the 3-point line, so Abdur Rahman smartly takes it in and lays it in.
And this is where Wisconsin's really good late in games as well. They make every proper switch. They don't miss switches.
They didn't foul Koenig. He's going to dribble it out. Smart play. They're still not fouling him.
You got to foul right now. You have to foul here.
Yeah, I think I would foul Hayes. They do. Not like Hayes is a terrible free throw shooter, but the clock is your biggest enemy. Down 6 with now 44 seconds to go.
You can't foul Koenig.
Yeah.
You just can't. Vito Brown's pretty good free throw shooter. Doesn't get to the line a whole lot. Showalter's tough enough to enjoy the role of a late game free throw shooter. So this is a guy you've got to make him beat you.
And he hasn't been as good this season at the line for whatever reason.
Now here, because he shoots such a high ball, you have to anticipate a long rebound if he misses. High ball off the back iron goes to the 2nd or 3rd rebounder on the lane.
Now what are we talking about?
Who knows? They were pointing at the clock.
We're going to get an explanation here. Bo Borowski is coming over. There must be a clock issue. Dan, did you get some info for us?
The clock stops at a minute. Under a minute, not at a minute, and they stopped it at a minute when they took the ball out of bounds. It starts at 59.9, not at 1 minute. So they stopped it at a minute, is what Bo said. See the clock stopped right there? It should be running. So they're going to take some time off.
So that really helps the Badgers.
Yeah.
That's about 4 seconds, something like that. Maybe even more.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get the stopwatch out. Got the Jazz Hand family. Should have continued running.
Yeah, I think they're going to take 4 off the clock, just as we speculated. Well, in a game like this, those 4 seconds are a big deal. Now we'll get Hayes at the free throw line. We just need to, off-season, that's our off-season project, do some thinking about the flow and drama of late game situations in this sport.
You are preaching to the choir. I've said forever that they need to put ads on the back of official shirts. I mean, every game, if I was a company, I'd put a little advertising because we always see them at the end of games. Yeah, put Sports Center next.
Yeah,
on their backside.
Take care of some of those promos. It ends up, if you take those, it ends up 22 seconds went off the clock between the basket and then the foul. And then Nigel Hayes made 1 of 2. Well, the Wolverines still have a little life.
I'm ball screening right here and getting Derek Walton open for a 3.
Yeah, I think you got to shoot threes now. Wilson to Walton. He is open for a 3. Got another one. 4-point game, 24.6.
Here, you cannot let Koenig get the ball. You cannot. You have to switch. Like right now, Zach Irvin switched.
He did.
Now you got to foul right now.
Immediately. What are you waiting for? Now Robinson thought he tied him up. And maybe it's worth a second to see if he can get that call.
I thought he did too because I thought Hill kind of turned into him and held the ball waiting to be fouled.
I think you got to sell it a little more if you're Robinson. He just kind of stood there with his hands on the ball. He just grab at it, pull it, go get it. What do you? No official's going to stop it there.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Because I think you're right. He had a chance to actually get that call.
You needed to dig in with your elbow and your shoulder. Grab it and turn and kind of, you know what I mean? Give him the business in there.
Well, Wilson's fouled out just like Wagner. Jordan Hill, who's only shot 3 free throws all year. This is the guy you want to funnel the ball to. DJ Wilson, he's been their leading scorer in Big Ten games. 0 tonight.
Nothing on the block. Yeah. That's where he has to improve. Everything he does is in the corner with a jump shot or maybe a shot fake and drive.
To make it a 6-point game, he does.
Got to hit a 3. I go to Walton right there.
Got to do it fast. Well, he went by and it gets fouled. Now that could have been a disaster for Wisconsin.
Man, Walton absorbed the contact. If he could have loosened his left hand just a little bit, and Oviedo Brown's got to let him go get that bucket.
Yeah, I think he's still hurting from when Nigel Hayes landed on top of him.
Well, Derek Walton is a tough kid. And
just jam that hip, low back.
You know, you make 2 here and you do it all over again.
Yep.
Keep this game going as long as you can possibly keep it going.
Stretch it out as much as you can.
And you know, people always kill me on Twitter for this, but you just have to keep getting points. You know what I mean? Like an empty possession, the game's over. That's why there's nothing really worse when you're losing than the crazy 3 that sometimes guys panic and take with 25 seconds or 18 seconds or whatever it is. You just, you can't do that.
One more coming for Walton.
Walton's hurt.
He really is. Such a good free throw shooter. 12 points in the second half. So he's played well. Simpson in for some more quickness.
What a luxury to have Nigel Hayes or Ethan Happ take the ball out of bounds. I mean, there are not a lot of teams that are going to trust their post kid to do that.
Hayes maybe had Koenig. Showalter had it stolen away. And then Simpson stepped out of bounds. Can you believe it?
Simpson got the ball, and he was looking to make a play. I'm not sure this was the right call. Let's see. Simpson gets it, and he's looking to make the next play.
I don't think it was out of bounds. Now Walton fouls Hill. Walton can hardly move. No shot. I don't think the ball was out of bounds, was it?
I didn't think it was. I thought that was a bad call. Bart Fox, our producer in my ear, saying, I don't think this is a good call.
You got to be sure if you make that call. Now you can see from his perspective maybe where he thought about it. I don't think it was out of bounds.
I don't either. And Terry Weimer, who's standing right there, had the best look of anybody. But you're right. We review everything because we want to get it right.
Now Michigan now,
right there.
You got to hope that Derek Walton's okay. He'll sit down next to the newest scholarship player for the Wolverines.
I gave John Beilein a kiss today, and I'm a good kisser.
Yeah, you might owe him a couple more.
I know it, right?
Your son, who this week, who hasn't seen the video by now, but in a very sort of interesting and clever way, was awarded a scholarship for the winter term.
As my son said, I don't care how you do it.
We tested that theory. Free throw good from Hill. That was a cool moment for your son, who's worked really hard as a walk-on player to earn that scholarship.
Well, thank you. He has, and I did thank Coach Beilein today and all the coaches because they certainly did not have to do that, and I'm proud that Andrew was able to get that done.
How about Hayes getting the offensive rebound and then getting fouled? Michigan, you got to get that ball. You still got a chance down 5.
Man, Mark Donnell gets that rebound. You go down the court, you have a chance to make this where you have to make free throws now. Three-point game.
Put a little pressure on him.
Good move. I'm telling you, Hayes has played a really good game. Hasn't scored, been a little bit too jump shooty, but he's played really well.
Comes up short. So Michigan still has a pulse, and Donnell's coming out. I think John Beilein is very unhappy with his senior. That's happened a couple times. Remember the Happ offensive rebound on a missed free throw when he beat Donnell? I mean, Mark Donnell's a good player, but
Mark Donnell's a tough kid. His brother's a lineman for the
Hayes missed them both.
Los Angeles Rams. He missed them both. You just got to go to the rim, get a bucket. Doesn't matter.
Irvin, 3. Good! 2-point game with under 6 seconds. Koenig catches. He got a foul immediately. That's an important couple seconds that wind off the clock. Koenig can essentially now, maybe not for sure, but essentially put the game away. Wow. Well, the missed free throws from Nigel Hayes at least giving Michigan hope. Zach Irvin, then the big 3.
Miss one of these, and you've got a choice. You've got to figure if you're Greg Gard, he's not going to foul. They're going to funnel the ball to the side.
Wisconsin's missed 10 free throws in this game. And here's the big one.
Well, that ball didn't even hit the net hard. That was so pure. Mark Donnell back in. You need all hands on deck if he misses to make a 3. If you're Wisconsin, I'm telling you, don't even go back on defense.
Yeah.
Like, don't put yourself in a situation to foul.
Got to get it perfect for Bronson.
Is there anybody else in the league you'd rather have shooting this free throw than Bronson Koenig?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
He made it. 4-point game with 4 seconds to go. Michigan's got to get a heave off and still leave time. Simpson, you got to shoot it. He does. Off the rim, no good. Wisconsin escapes with a win. Great effort from the Wolverines, but they come up 4 points short.
Yeah, they showed you why, number one, they're the best team, I think, in the Big Ten. But number two, the experience just kicked in every single time Michigan made a run.
Well, the 17th straight home win, I think they showed why it's so hard to win on this court. A lot of things went wrong for the Badgers, but Koenig, Happ, Hayes, big plays down the stretch.
Yeah, Showalter as well. That's what you come to expect when you've watched Wisconsin over the years. They will make plays late. They're not afraid of the situation.
It could be why they are the favorites in the Big Ten. They win 68-60.